Welcome back to Bookstage and Screen. You're here with Samantha and Gordon, and we have Clare Mendes from the Melbourne Writers Theatre. Welcome, Clare.
Hello, how are you today?
Yes, good. And welcome to 2017. I'm sure you're like a lot of creatives out there, raring and willing to go.
Always. Yes.
Yes. And that's why we thought we'd get you in today to have a chat and tell us all about Melbourne Writers Theatre and what they offer.
Oh gosh, how long have you got? Okay, established in 1982 by some leading Melbourne playwrights such as Jack Hibberd, Dinny O'Hearn. We run on no funding, so that's quite amazing. But with no funding, we still have a lot of creative partnerships with places like La Mama. Right. We use La Mama Courthouse for all of our monthly events. Every year we have a 3-week season of new work by members. The important thing with Melbourne Writers Theatre is that everyone gets an opportunity. Yep. So we have emerging playwrights, brand new playwrights and established playwrights, and all of those have an equal opportunity to submit work for our various events. So we have a motto which is page to stage, because we believe that's actually what we do. We bring people in, take their work off the page and give them an opportunity to be on the stage of the Mama Courthouse.
Fantastic. So if you were thinking of, you had a play and you thought, I want to work on it, but I don't really know how, you have script readings? Is that something people can start with?
Yeah. We have 3 a year. They're called Eat My Words, and they've been very popular. We've been doing those for 2 years now. So they usually run the first half of the year, and the second half of the year we tend to look more at the work that's going to be used for the season. Yep. With Eat My Words, we have excerpts from scripts, brand new scripts are read by our actors. We have a sort of a stable of actors. Yep. And then the audience gives feedback, the actors give feedback, and we think it's a fantastic way for people just to work on a script. Some of the scripts that were selected in a blind reading for our 2016 Melbourne Monologues Week. So when I say blind, they were selected anonymously. About half of those came from Eat My Words nights.
Great.
So it does show that the development that people get there does then often lead to something. But we're very happy if people join and they have a script that they'd like assessed. We also offer that service to people,
which is great, because sometimes as writers you're a little bit removed from the next process, so that's what is great about the Melbourne Writers Theatre, that you can send your stuff in, and there's different pathways, which you've talked about. One there, readings or assessments, so, and it's only the membership is not too much, is it, a year?
It's really not. So we have two levels of membership. Yep. The first is full membership, and that's for people who have had at least one play produced, and that costs $100. Now, with full membership, some people actually prefer to be full members, so they can say they're full members. Yep. You also get the right to vote at AGMs and things like that, and get. Yeah, full membership is a good thing, but we don't need to be full members in order to submit work. Yep. So we have sort of half of our members are full members, half are associates. So full membership is $100, associate membership is $60. And we haven't changed that fee for a couple of years. So I guess we could put it up, but we are not for profit organisation. We've always worked in that way for 33 years now, just serving the writing community of Melbourne. So we do encourage people to join as associates, and if they wish to upgrade to full membership, they can do so once they've got a few credits.
Beautiful. And at the end of the year, you do performances as well of selected plays.
Yeah. We're doing a few more things this year. We've got a couple of opportunities. We've got something called 3 Degrees in Melbourne coming up. That's going to be in the first half of the year. That won't be at the courthouse. We're still organising a venue for that. We wanted to offer our members more than just the end of the year. Yeah. So we're always looking around at other opportunities. We are definitely, and have been for 33 years, based at the Mama Courthouse. So the season we have there runs from the 2nd to the 22nd of October this year.
Okay.
And that will consist of one full-length player by a member. You have to be a member to use our services.
Yeah.
The full-length player runs for 2 weeks, and there will be 1 week of Melbourne monologues, and we tend to use 5 to 6 monologues per night over 6 nights.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another opportunity for people who either love the monologue form, writing it, or they don't have a full-length play ready to go. And with the 3 degrees in Melbourne, we've actually selected that already for this year. That's six writers, six 20-minute scripts. They're really one-act plays.
Yeah.
And that's a third thing we're offering people. Apart from the monthly workshops, we always do something useful. So the first workshop for the year is on Monday the 13th of Feb.
Yeah.
At 7 p.m. at the Mama Courthouse, which is 349 Drummond Street in Carlton, right next to the Safeway. The Woolworths, so I'm showing my age there. So I mentioned that because it's a good place for parking. But what we're doing with that, we're calling it Where to Send Your Script. It's for people who have a script, or they have an idea, or they have part of a script, and they're thinking, what do I do with this? How do I give this a life?
Yeah.
So we're asking people to bring along whatever they've got. They can just bring along empty hands with an idea in their head and just say, what would I do with this? And we're going to give lots of information about all those places where you can send a script for either for further development or for possible presentation or for workshopping. The festivals the competitions that is the aim of the night, just to really get people going for the year. Because a lot of people, especially playwrights, a lot of playwrights feel like they're writing into a void.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, they feel like there's a bit of an isolation issue. They feel they're not connected to anyone. So we want people to come along and to the event on the 13th of Feb and just think, oh gosh, you walk away thinking that's fantastic. I didn't know there were so many places that could be a home for my work. We do stress that before people submit their work to places, they need to have it as good as possible, and that's really what we're there for, to help people make their new scripts as good as possible, and give them the tools and the support they need to do that before they submit. More likelihood of success if what you submit is as good as it can be.
But it's also a good place for writers to get in contact with actors. So how do actors get in contact with you? Is there a process for actors?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we have a lot of actors who are members, actually, because a lot of actors, as you will know, there's a bit of crossover and they like to write, and we encourage, actors to come along and write as well. Most of our actors really focus on acting. And there are big opportunities for actors throughout the year, either at our script development workshops, Eat My Words, or in the end of year season. So last year we did employ quite a few new actors for our end of year season. Our actors, we're very proud to say, and not everyone can say this, we're very proud to say that as an unfunded non-profit organisation, our actors are paid close to award rates.
Wow.
Which we guarantee that. Yeah. So we really have a healthy respect for actors. We value the work they do for us, and we like to help, as with our writers, we like to help propel their careers, move them along in whatever way we can, give them opportunities to perform as much as possible. So we did have an open audition last year, so last year being 2016. We have a lot of actors on our books at the moment as a result of that open audition. Anyone who's interested in doing performance work for Melbourne Writers Theatre can contact us via email, which is melbournewriterstheatre@gmail.com. If they contact us, send us their CV, a show reel, headshots, we're very happy to. We do more than put people on file. We're very happy to follow that up and say maybe we have something for you down the track. Also, I would encourage them, first of all, as a first point of call, to visit our website, because then they can get an idea of the sort of performances we've done in the past.
Yeah.
Our website's quite extensive, and it has photos from our past productions and details and reviews and things like that, so people can see the breadth of the work we do. So if I may give our website.
Yeah, sure.
So it's all lowercase, melbournewriterstheatre.org.au.
Yeah, there's lots of information on there. And as you mentioned, you've got Where to Send Your Script coming up on Monday, 13th of Feb. And it's always good to get along and just get a feel for a company or the people there. So if you're thinking that you've got a piece, whether you're an actor or not as well, to get along and have a go. We've been there, I think 2 years ago we went along to a reading, didn't we?
And we're always very happy for guests to come along and just check out what we do. Yeah. We have people who aren't always sure if they may be writers, but they may not be sure about playwriting. So we're very happy to have those people along, explain what we do. It's a very friendly, informal environment. Yeah. Usually our events finish with a light supper. And I think people often walk away thinking, oh, it's nice, I'm not the only one doing this strange thing called playwriting. So anyone who would like to come along on the 13th of Feb is most welcome. Yeah. And they can probably, the best thing to do would be to send us an email and just say we're coming. So
great.
That way we can expect them and welcome them.
Have a bicky ready.
Yes, that's right. And especially we do encourage, if you have any creative writing students who are listening, this will be an excellent place for them. We have a lot of writing students.
Great.
And they will slot in somewhere and find something that's good for them. So when we do a call for submissions for our season, that's around about May or June. Actually, no, we do it in May, but the entries close 6 weeks later in June.
Right.
So it's a good time now for people to just come along and have a look. And they can sit there in silence if they like. Plenty of people sit in the audience and say nothing and walk out without a word, or they can ask us questions. We're happy either way.
Great.
Well, it is very handy. I mean, if you want to be a screenwriter for film and television, there's plenty of books and courses to do. I mean, you could spend tens of thousands of dollars, but I think there's far less information out there on learning how to be a playwright and what makes a good monologue, things of that nature. And also the best way to learn is to actually do it. It really is.
Yeah.
So if people feel like they don't have something that's satisfactory, well, that's one of the things we're here for. I mean, we're here to progress writers at all stages. So we have a lot of established writers who don't need that from us, but they like to be in the network and be put in touch with things. But in any newer writers who aren't terribly confident of what they've written, we're still happy to have them come along and give them some feedback and say, hey, mate, this isn't quite ready for a performance, but have you sort of doing with this with it? Have you sort of sending it there, or trying to get into the short play season or whatever?
Well, it sounds wonderful, and it sounds like something a great resource for writers. As we said, we went about 2 years ago, I think, and found it very welcoming. And at the end, we all sat around drinking and teas and nibbling on bickies, talking to each other. So it was great. So we encourage, we encourage writers to go there and take up the opportunities that are there. It's all on the website, as you mentioned. Be sure to check out on February 13th, that's a Monday, to go along to their first night, Where to Send Your Script, and that'll give you some idea as well. So thank you, Claire, for joining us today and telling us all about the wonderful work going on at Melbourne Writers Theatre. Join us again during the year and tell us what's going on.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about it.
Thanks a lot, Claire.
Okay.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.